not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to That Manager's Team podcast, a bite-sized podcast where we look at specific managers and their iterations of teams throughout history. Roberto Martinez was appointed the Wigan manager in June 2009. Martinez had a relatively short managerial career before joining Wigan and had a notable stint at Swansea, where he started off in League One and managed to get promoted to the Championship. However, more importantly, Martinez was known for playing an attractive and attacking style of football, and this brand of football was noticed by many clubs across Europe. He showed a lot of commitment in sticking to the tactics of an expansive and possession-based side of football. Having had Steve Bruce at the club, who actually went on to manage Sunderland straight afterwards, it was clear that Wigan and Wigan's decision makers wanted a change in footballing philosophy at the club. This new vision that Wigan had adopted created a lot of anticipation and excitement for the fans. Under Martinez's reign, Wigan from 2009 to 2013 competed in a league where it was very competitive from top to bottom. However, there were four main teams who competed for the title regularly. This was Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool. There was, however, the emergence of Manchester City, who were bought out by the Abu Dhabi United Group. City's rise signalled a power shift in the league's dominance. The tactical trends along this time were always evolving, and while a lot of teams in England focused on a more traditional English style, there was also a focus to bring in a more possession-based style throughout these years that Martinez was at Wigan for. While the disparity between top clubs and relegation clubs was massive in financial situations, there was the emergence of TV rights, which started to put more money into the pocket of even the lower clubs. With this money, Wigan decided to focus on players that Martinez wanted, and it was usually players who were tactically adept and focused on a possession-based style. Under the guidance of Martinez, Wigan struggled in the league and usually were in a relegation battle. They have had two great escapes, and what we will talk about next is their biggest achievement under Martinez when they played an FA Cup final against Manchester City. The FA Cup final took place in Wembley on the 11th of May in 2013. Wigan, the underdogs of course, battling relegation and struggling in the league, came up against Manchester City, the reigning Premier League champions. Wigan's journey to the FA Cup final had some notable wins such as Bournemouth, Macclesfield Town, Huddersfield Town and Millwall. Wigan lined up with players like Joel Robles in goal, Emerson Boyce, Jordi Gomez, Aruna Kone up top, Callum McManaman on the wings and James McCarthy in midfield. City, on the other hand, had superstars like Kompany, Zabaleta, David Silva, Nasri, Yaya Toure, Aguero and Tevez in their starting lineup. While the expectation was that Wigan would sit back and try to counter Man City, this was not what Martinez set them out to do. They tried to play their football, they played a possession-based game and they still played out from the back. Man City had their chances, but so did Wigan. They still played their game. McManaman was excellent on the right-hand side, and in the 90th minute, a hero stepped up. Wigan managed to get a corner and Sean Maloney swung it in to Ben Watson, who headed it into the back of the goal.
Maloney takes, and it's in! It's Ben Watson!
It was the first time Wigan had won an FA Cup in their entire history. This triumph was phenomenal. It was one of the biggest upsets in FA Cup history, and the final whistle triggered some incredible emotional scenes from the players and managers and staff alike. Boasting 50% possession and almost as many chances as Man City on the day, Wigan were not the lesser side on the pitch. Springing with quick transitions on the break and playing technical football, they deserved the win. Wigan have struggled since Martinez's departure and have since gotten relegated several times and are also in severe financial trouble. Having gone into administration in 2020, they still don't really look like they have any solid concrete future to go by. Roberto Martinez, on the other hand, moved on to Everton after his stint at Wigan, and he replaced David Moyes. After finishing 5th the year before he joined, they managed to get down to a low of 12th when he was sacked. Martinez then moved on to the Belgium national team, where he took over a team that was largely considered the golden generation of Belgium. Whether he was a success with Belgium is still up for debate. He managed to keep the country at number 1 in the FIFA World Rankings for 3 years. However, he never made it past the quarter-final. And with the players at his disposal, it can be argued that isn't acceptable. He resigned after losing to Croatia in the 2022 World Cup and has since moved on to manage Portugal. And that's the end of today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you'd like to check out another episode, make sure to check out the pages on Spotify and YouTube. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you guys next week.